Welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is Kids and Family Yoga. So take off your socks and shoes. If you have a mat, that's great. Stand on your mat, or the carpet works fine too. All right, we're standing in mountain pose. We're going to start with a deep breathing. So standing, roll those shoulders back, keep your chest open. Let's start with hands in prayer. We're going to inhale, arms up, and exhale, hands back to, we call it heart center, right in front of your chest. Inhale up, and exhale down. We're gonna add in a chair pose. We're gonna inhale up just the same way, and now we're gonna sink down into our chair, like we're gonna sit in a chair. Inhaling up. So this is slow motion. We're breathing through our nose. As we inhale, air goes in your nose. And as we exhale, air goes out your nose, but nice and long and slow. So the slow motion. Couple more times. Warming up the body a little at a time. I'd like you to step your feet nice and wide, toes and knees turned out. So now volcano breath. We're gonna inhale up through the center of the mountain, and then exhale, the lava explodes and slowly runs down the mountain. So inhale up, exhale out, nice and slow motion. So our exhale really takes a long time. So let those arms come down as you exhale slowly. One more like that. And we're gonna make it moonflowers. So keeping the elbows down, and we're going to squat down low, and then we're gonna inhale and reach up, and exhale down.
These aren't moonflowers, they're sunflowers.
These are moonflowers. I'll show you the difference. This is moonflowers, just keep going like this. Inhale up, and exhale down. But Maggie's right, there's a very similar exercise. And all we do is when we come down, we're going to hinge forward a little bit and kind of sweep towards the floor and then reach up again. This one mimics a sunflower because the head drops down and then rises up to the sun. So keep bending your knees and hinge forward, and then straighten everything upward and reach. Try to continue that nice deep breath as you do this. How about just one more time? And then we're gonna hold our sun pose. Palms up, go ahead and bend your knees, sink down low. This is sun pose. Good, palms up towards the sun. Elbows down, chest open. And now your legs are working really hard to stay down low like this, so you probably feel them. Okay, enough. Let's go ahead and do elephant swings, and just let those arms swing as you turn your shoulders. Continuing to warm up. All right, we're gonna do some down dog variations before we do our sun salutations. So, face aside. So we all know down dog. We're gonna go right into it, and we're gonna do some different things as we're in this position. So listen to me as you're in down dog. So we want our feet not right next to each other. We want them separated about a foot. And then we want to press our bottoms up to the ceiling and our chest towards our knees. And I want you to start by, we call it pedaling our heels. Pressing one down and then the other, and alternating them. As you let your head hang, you probably can't see the screen, which is fine. You're looking at your ankles. So just try to listen. Now we're going to do crouching down dog. So I want you to bend both knees so they almost touch the floor, and then straighten them back and push your bottom back up to down dog, up to the ceiling. Bend the knees and straighten. Keep going nice and slow. Bend and straighten. When you straighten, I want you to think about pressing your chest towards your knees. Last time. And now we're going to do three-legged dog. Lift your right leg in the air, or one of them, it doesn't matter which one. And then And take it down and lift the other leg up in the air. That's three-legged dog. And then take it down. I want you to take your knees down to the floor and back into child's pose and give your wrists a break. Maybe you want to rotate your wrists a little bit and move your hands around. From here, we're going to stretch those arms out in front. And then we're going to shift our shoulders over our wrists. And then you have this straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Back up a little bit so they can see. And then we're going to lower slowly down, chest down to the floor, and then push yourself back to child's pose again. So we're going to do the same thing. Come forward. Slowly lower down, keeping the elbows in close to your body, and then push away again back into child's pose. Forward, we call this plank on our knees. Sink down, that's our crocodile, and then push back to child's pose. So really we have three things going on. We have child's pose, we go to plank, and we crocodile, but all of it from our knees and back to child's pose.
After child's pose, we go into striking cobra because that's kind of what we're doing.
Let's do striking cobra. Okay, a little bit different. So we start back child's pose, or almost child's pose. We're a little bit lifted off of the ground. We're not relaxed. But our arms are stretched forward, and now we're going to come really close so that like your chin is close to the floor as you come forward, and then we're going to extend the arms up into our cobra. So this is striking cobra. And then we go back to that child's pose position, and again we come forward like we're sneaking out forward like a snake, and then lift, striking by lifting that head. And keep doing that a couple more times. Come low and then lift that head and straighten the arms. One more time. Sneak yourself forward and lift. Awesome. I like that one. All right, we're going to go into our sun salutation. So I want you to come up to a stand, facing the side, and we'll do this together. All right. So sun salutations is just a series of different exercises. They're all in the same order so that you know what to do. Starting by reaching up to the ceiling and then swan dive down to forward fold. Come up to monkey, flatten that back, and then fold again. Now we step or hop back into plank. Nice straight and strong body, push-up position, and then we crocodile down. This time we're on our toes though. And now we go into that either cobra or up dog. If your legs are lifted off of that mat or the floor, then it's up dog. And then curl the toes under to go to down dog, hips up. Step or hop your feet towards your hands. Now come up with a flat back. Don't rush this part. I want you to come up strong, reach, and then palms together as you end in chair pose. Here we go again. Reach up, swan dive down. Monkey, fold, plank, crocodile, and then up dog, and down dog. Step or hop through. Reverse swan dive up, and end in chair. Two more times. Here we go. Up and down. Monkey, fold, plank, crocodile, up dog, down dog, step or hop up, reverse swan dive, and chair. One more, here we go, up, reach, swan dive down, monkey, fold, plank, crocodile, up dog, down dog, step or hop up, reverse swan dive, and chair. Wonderful. All right, now we're warmed up, and we're going to step your feet wide. We'll do a couple standing poses. We'll start with triangle. So this is a pose that we'll do on one side and then we'll turn to do it on the other side. Now we don't have to turn very much. I want you to just turn. This will be your left foot out, leaving everything else just facing forward. Arms stretched out wall to wall, and we start by leaning. Think about reaching for that slide wall or whatever's over there. You're reaching, reaching, reaching. As you lean over, you can get close to it by leaning. And then finally, just rotate your arms so your right arm is now up to the ceiling. So this left hand's probably somewhere by your knee or right below your knee maybe. I don't know, maybe above it.
Two triangles.
Triangle with our legs, triangle with our kind of arm, body, and leg here. Right? I see them.
And then this half triangle.
Good, let's reach those arms out again. And now we're going to bend just your left knee. And this is Warrior Two. If you need to widen your legs, that might help you sink down lower. Oh, Maggie asked what Warrior 3 is. That's a balance pose. And I think we'll actually try that, but not just yet. Not just yet. All right, so all we have to do is turn this foot back forward, turn your right foot out to the side, and we start with triangle. Reach for that side of the room now. Reach, reach, reach. Whatever's over there, you're getting closer to it by leaning your body. Lean, 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 and then turn the arms. Reach for the ceiling with that left hand. Feeling really straight and strong as you're reaching both arms. And then we come out of it to bend that right knee and keep those arms reached out, Warrior Two. Oh, these are the easy ones. They still require strength, they do. Just reaching those arms and holding them out there requires a lot of shoulder strength. And if your arms are feeling tired, yeah, your shoulders are working hard, but that makes them stronger. So that's part of it. All right, so let's keep the legs wide, hold on to the elbows, and go ahead and fold forward and just hang and sway side to side. Let your head hang towards the floor. Hold your elbows and sway. Sometimes we get dogs to join our class.
My arms exist.
Sometimes.
I want them
All right, rolling up. And roll the shoulders up and back and down. And hopefully we won't have too many more dogs barking. All right, is Maggie entertaining you? I hope so. We're gonna do some hip circles. So legs are still wide, and we're gonna try to take those hips around in a circle like we're doing slow motion hula hoop. So think about your hips moving, not your shoulders. Can you keep your shoulders still while you do this? Kind of fun to try. Can you get those hips to really move around all the way around in a circle? I don't see your hips moving very much. Put your hands on your hips. Watch them go around. I want you to reverse directions. So you were going one direction, go the other direction. Make it as big as you can. It doesn't matter if you're not able to switch directions, just something to try. I don't see your hips moving very much. Think about pushing your hips forward, all the way up to the side, all the way to the back, all the way to that side, and then all the way forward. And then keep your shoulders still and keep going. Your hips are barely moving. And if you want to be good at hula hoop, you gotta be able to move those hips. All right, there's a challenge, something to practice. If you weren't able to really get that or move your hips much, something to practice.
I'm not great at hula hoop.
You could be though. Practice. All All right, we are going to do a really difficult balance pose called Balancing Half Moon. Oh my goodness, Maggie doesn't know what it is. So I'm going to show you. We're going to actually do Warrior 3 and Balancing Half Moon. So here's your challenge for the class, because these are both very difficult balance poses. So watch me first, because you're not going to be able to see me while we try this. We'll go with Warrior 3, and then we'll drop the hands down and reach one of them up into Balancing Half Moon. Okay? So Warrior 3's first. Arms are stretched forward.
Look like a warrior at all.
That's its name. So we're on one leg.
A bird.
Balanced with one leg stretched out behind you and your arms forward. And then I want you to go ahead and drop your hands down to the floor if you can. And then one arm reaches up to the ceiling. There's our Balancing Half Moon. And it's okay if you don't last long or you're not able to get into the pose, that's okay. This is for those of you who maybe can do it and maybe can practice to get better. And if you don't want to, that's okay. All right, but for those of us who tried it, we're going to try the other side. So standing on the other leg, you may have better or worse balance. We'll find out, right? Warrior 3 first. Give it a try.
I think
Maybe you need your hands on a wall in front of you or a chair in front of you. And maybe you can start practicing that way. And then drop the hands to the floor. Once you're set, you're still on that same leg, but we're going to reach one arm up to the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm probably better at
Balancing half moon.
this leg.
Fun to try. All right, we did it. Oh, wonderful. We're going to do some floor poses.
It's
So,
a three-legged dog.
it's like three-legged dog, she says. Yeah. Yeah. Similarities between a lot of poses, and that's something we're actually going to practice soon. Linking together similar poses. First, we're going to go down to the floor. So come on down, do some cat and cow with me, just as kind of a break on hands and knees. We're going to round your back up to the ceiling, stretching like a cat, and then dip the middle of your back down like a cow. Hands forward. Hands flat to the floor, maybe spread your fingers wide on the floor. Just keeping the arms straight. We're just trying to move the spine, the backbone. Your knees should not be together. They should be separated so that your knees are right under your hips. Move your neck also as part of your spine. When you're in cat stretch, you're going to look at your belly button. And when you're in cow, you're going to lift your head and look in front of you. That way you're moving your neck too, which is part of your spine. All right, we're going to go ahead and lower all the way down to our bellies to practice snake. We're going to hold our hands behind our back. Keep our legs kind of squeezed together. And we're just going to try to lift the upper body, lift the shoulders and chest up a little bit. Keep your hands clasped behind you. Pull your shoulders back. This is snake.
It's pretty easy.
Easy. Wow, good. And you have a good strong upper back. Next, we're going to go to bow. So we're going to bend the legs and now try to hold onto the feet. As we push the feet back behind us away, it's going to lift our upper body since we're holding onto the feet. Kind of a similar pose. And go ahead and relax that. And after this, it's a good idea to do a child's pose. So go ahead and sit back. Child's pose or rabbit. If you'd rather tuck your toes under and hold your heels, you could do rabbit. That's fine too. Okay, we're going to do a couple others, but we need to turn over and sit in staff. incline plank. We're going to place our hands right underneath our shoulders here, and then lift our bottoms off of the floor. And we have this nice, straight, long line. We're having all kinds of technical difficulties. But it didn't last long, so ignore our fuzzy screen there, please. And come back into incline plank if you took a rest, because this one can be a challenge. Go ahead and sit on your bottom and reach forward. Maybe reaching for your toes if you can. Can you? That's a great stretch for the back of your legs, for your hamstrings and your calves. So those are the muscles in the back of your legs. And if you can put your toes up to the ceiling or even flex them towards your face, and if you can gently hold on to them, that's going to give you a better stretch, but it's okay if you can't reach them.
Your arms are too long.
Depends on the ratio between your arm and leg length. All right, one more that probably kids can do better than adults is wheel.
Oh yes, wheel.
So, we only want to do this later in class when we're fairly stretched out, because it is a back bend, and if you know that you shouldn't do a back bend, then don't do it. But another option also is bridge. I'm going to show you bridge first. If this is better for you, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing bridge. If you would rather, or if you want to try wheel, you're going to put your hands flat, and you're going to go ahead and press all the way up, if you can. If you tried and it's just not working, then come back to bridge, and we can feel good about doing this pose instead. If you're able to do wheel, it may only be for a couple seconds because it's very difficult. But it's great if you're able to get the flexibility to be able to do that. Something to work on, but remember to always make sure you've stretched out first before trying that one. All right, knees to chest, which means give yourself a hug, rock side to side, and we're going to practice putting some poses together. If we have time. You think we have time? Oh, I want you to rock on your back. No idea. All right, so here's what we're going to do to review some other poses and see if we can compare some. We're going to take a card which has a yoga pose, and then we're going to try to come up with two similar poses if we can. Okay, I want you thinking at home too. So Maggie's going to choose one. Doesn't matter what it is. They're all great poses. What do you have? Go ahead and tell us.
Tabletop.
Tabletop at home. Do you know what tabletop is? Go ahead and get into tabletop. Maggie's giving you a hint. You're sitting on your bottom, kind of like incline plank. Uh-oh, I gave you a hint as to a similar pose already. We're facing different directions, and at home it doesn't matter which direction you're facing. This is tabletop, so my first thought was, hey, this is like incline plank. So let's see how they are similar. Straighten your legs, lift your bottom. Which one do you think is easier, and which one's harder?
The tabletop is easier.
Tabletop is probably easier for most of us. This one is tougher, incline plank. And Maggie.
Wait. I think this is it.
She's showing us great challenging poses. No, that's not quite it.
I don't know how to do
But incline plank, let's think about how it's similar to regular plank. So, Maggie, I want us to think about incline plank is similar to regular plank. Look at that.
Oh, you just...
Okay, so come into plank with us.
Plank?
And then go back to incline plank and think about how it's similar. Now, out of these two poses, which one do you think is easier and which one's harder?
Plank is easy.
Probably regular plank is going to be a little easier, even though it's not that easy. Easier though than possibly inclined plank, which some of us might not even be able to do. That's pretty tough. So we were just able to connect 3 different poses that are all very similar. All right, let's try another set. Go on, please. All right, what do we have?
Butterfly.
Butterfly at home. Do you remember that? Get yourself into butterfly. I'm not showing you yet. I want you to think. Butterfly. I'll give you a hint. Your legs are your wings. All right, here's butterfly. Our legs are our wings. Flapping. Okay. Butterfly. What is similar to butterfly? What else can we do that's like almost this position?
Boat. No, boat.
Ah, boat. I agree. If we lean back a little bit, lift those legs.
Boat or
There's
flower?
boat. Hold on. Okay, so let's compare. Butterfly and boat. Which one do we think is easier?
Butterfly.
I think so
Sit
too.
down.
Butterfly's pretty easy. We're just sitting here. Boat requires really strong abdominal muscles because you have to lean back and hold yourself there. Okay, so boat, and then Maggie also thought of flower,
And
which
maybe turtle.
is like boat. Hold on, one at a time. So try flower with our arms underneath the legs with the palms up.
This one's easier than boat.
Ah, yes, you anticipated my question. Boat or flower, which one's easier?
Flower?
I think flower too.
Your hands hold up your legs.
Yes, our arms are helping with our balance here and helping to stay in this position, whereas boat, it's going to be more tiring on our abdominals and our hip flexors here. So yes, I agree. That was easy. We got 3 poses that were very similar. Let's try another set. Hurry up. What is it?
Chair.
Chair. I feel like I'm sitting in a chair. Is this the right pose?
No.
No. All right, get in the chair. Yeah, we gotta stand. Okay, of course, we've done chair already today. So chair. I'm gonna face side just so you can see. Okay, I'm sitting in my pretend chair here. What's similar to this? Similar pose.
I don't. Monkey.
Monkey. Lean forward. Look at that. It's very much the same. Good idea. Monkey. We have this flat back. And chair. We're kind of a little more upright, looking forward. Which one's easier? Which one's easier out of these 2?
Chair. I don't know. They're both.
You're doing chair correctly.
It's hard.
It's actually hard to stay in this position very long.
Monkey.
Monkey, I could probably stay in monkey for a long time. So monkey's probably going to be easier. Let's think of one more that's similar to these. How about, have you come up with one? How about just forward fold?
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
I was kind of thinking.
Forward fold and monkey are definitely similar. We do both of them in sun salutations because they are so similar to each other. Which one's easier?
Forward fold because you're just hanging there.
And monkey, we're using muscles in our back to keep us up. If you have this really straight, strong back like you're supposed to in monkey, it's probably takes more effort than hanging in forward fold. I'm going to agree with that. Okay, let's go back to a seated position, easy pose. Let's do one more. See if we can come up with similar poses since we know so many now.
Camel.
Camel, do you remember camel? Camel has a hump back. Ah, yes, okay, so Maggie says get on your knees. Camel, 2 ways to do it. Easier way is to put your fists into your lower back, and we go ahead and lean back. There's camel. So I guess we're trying to make this curve like we have a camel hump. Now, if you're flexible enough, you can put your hands on your heels. That's fine too. Okay, so let's think camel.
Rabbit is
Oh.
similar.
Okay. We can very easily go from camel to rabbit. So that's all right. Let's do it. Curl the toes under. Hold your heels.
I definitely know.
Oh, what's similar? We could be holding our heels in both poses, so that makes them similar. Okay, so which one's easier?
Definitely
Camel or rabbit? Rabbit should be a
because
pretty...
it's a relaxing pose.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. It should be a pretty relaxing pose. Okay, so rabbit. What's similar to this one? One more. Similar to camel. Oh, I have another one that's pretty similar to camel. Sit down on your heels.
Oh.
Hold your hands behind your back. Hero.
Hero.
Which
Hero.
I can see why you called it that, because that is a hero.
Yeah.
So opening the chest. Okay, so if we compare, let's compare camel again to hero.
Just sit up pretty much.
They're very similar.
Yeah.
Which one's easier?
Hero.
Hero. Hero's pretty simple to sit here like this. And we're relaxed down, sitting down instead of up on our knees. All right.
And we're not like trying to lean back and like.
Very good. We've learned so much. Let's go ahead and sit in an easy pose. Take a couple deep breaths to end our class. I appreciate you making it through the half an hour and learning with us as we go, and hopefully excusing our dog barks and our fuzzy screens and other things that happen while we're recording. Let's go ahead and inhale and reach up, and exhale, bring those arms back down. One more time. Great job. I hope you continue to practice outside of our practice.